Welcome to another reaction video. Today we're taking a look at the February 8, 2023 Nintendo Direct. At this point, a couple things have leaked, and a lot of things are rumored, so I'm cautiously optimistic for this. Oh wow, we're starting off with Pikmin! I am really excited for this game. I hope it comes out soon. There was a rumored release date, but I think it's incredibly unlikely. I almost feel like a game like Pikmin doesn't necessarily look the best on a stream, given like the low bitrate and everything. I have a feeling like on actual hardware, potentially the game could look really pretty given how Pikmin 3 actually is one of the more impressive games on the Wii U, in my opinion. I'm very curious to see how this plays, to be honest. It looks like we have a new character, potentially? I'm honestly surprised we're seeing gameplay already. I kind of figured this would be like a late 2023 game, so I was expecting to see it more like in the summer, not like for the February Direct, which almost gives me hope that this will be sooner rather than later. I feel like the camera is lower than before, like it's more of a instead of like top-down like the older Pikmin games, it's like closer to the ground, which is interesting. Oh, there's climbing. There's binoculars, so I wonder if it's a treasure situation, more like Pikmin 2 rather than like, oh, that's new. Overall, I am very, very excited for Pikmin 4. Pikmin is one of my favorite Nintendo franchises, actually, ever since the GameCube. I'm very interested about some of these new mechanics. We have 4 characters, it looks like, so I wonder if there'll be like multiplayer, like, because Pikmin 3 had co-op, so I wonder if this game will actually have co-op by default, because I think that was added to the single player in Deluxe. I don't think it was in the Wii U version originally. Oh goody, another long legs, and the Empress Bulbulax is back. I'm getting the impression this is more like Pikmin 2. We have an underground area. I'm very intrigued. Oh wow, July. That is a lot sooner than I would have guessed. I wonder if we'll get... I'm pretty sure this is the leak design. Like, this showed up in a leak a very long time ago, and everyone wasn't sure if this was real or not, but I guess it is a real design if I'm remembering correctly. Anyway, I wonder if they'll show the story DLC, or if they'll only show the, like, next wave. I would like to see the story DLC, because that's what I'm really interested in. I'm also curious to see if there's ever going to be, like, a physical run, similar to Torna with Xenoblade 2. If there is a physical run for the DLC, I would be very excited. Okay, this actually leaked earlier today, and it definitely looked credible enough that I figured it would actually show up. This reminds me there was actually a Choo Choo Rocket sequel for Apple Arcade that never left Apple Arcade, to my knowledge. Seeing Samba de Amigo getting a revival for Switch almost makes me wish that would eventually get re-released elsewhere. Thinking of other obscure Sega franchises that are sort of starting to make a comeback. I'm still hoping a lot more Sega franchises can come back someday. I would love to see something like another attempt at like Nights into Dreams or something like that. Since Sega does seem to be trying to bring back like Monkey Ball and now Samba de Amigo. I definitely thought this was style savvy at first, but given that this is by Xseed, I'm guessing it's just kind of like how there are a lot of like Nintendogs-like games on Switch that aren't actually Nintendogs. This is like style savvy-esque, but not actually part of that series, if that makes sense. I have never played Dead Cells, but I'll be honest, the idea of a Castlevania crossover is really interesting to me. For some reason, it never really, like, I think there were just too many Metroidvanias for me to keep up with them all. Like the Steam Next Fest is going on right now, and there are so many Metroidvanias, and as someone who tends to be kind of, like, lukewarm on Metroidvanias, the overabundance recently is cool for fans of the genre, but I tend to get fatigued because of how, like, easily I get lost in Metroidvanias. But yeah, this looks cool. Is it weird that my only knowledge of Tron is from Kingdom Hearts, because I've I've never seen any of the movies. This was rated in South Korea recently, and I'm really happy this is happening, because Ghost Trick is a game that I always hear people talk extremely highly of, but I've actually never played. I wonder how it'll work without a touchscreen, given I'm assuming this isn't like a World Ends With You situation and you can play this with like buttons. Like, I wonder how it'll actually control. Yeah, I'm excited. This is one of the things I was really hoping was actually true. Okay, I wasn't expecting combat in this game. Oh wow, level 5. I'll be honest, I haven't even finished Bayonetta 2. I haven't even played 3 because I'm so far behind on this series. With the previous game, I had this vibe, like, this kind of feels like a level 5 game, but the studio has been so, like, dormant for such a long time that it was actually genuinely surprising to me that it actually is level 5. I thought it could have been like Spike Chunsoft. Yeah, actually having it be level 5 is really cool. I really wish like Professor Layton could get like a collection similar to the Ace Attorney games. Layton's Mystery Journey got a Switch version, so I guess it would be possible to play these with like a cursor and like button controls, but I do feel like a Layton collection would actually do pretty well. At least I would be interested, like in like the iPhone versions of the first trilogy getting put on like consoles. Anyway, this looks cool. It kind of gives me like Okami Den vibes for some reason, and I'm not sure why. Somehow I'm actually more interested in this than like Bayonetta 3, just because I'm not super into character action games, but this actually looks pretty interesting. I am guessing this is DLC news since they're heading into the subway. I'm very excited. Octo Expansion is fantastic, and I really like Splatoon 3's campaign, so I have high hopes for this. Wait, is this the Splatoon 1 city? It's kind of nice being able to preserve Splatoon 1 content in 3 actually. Okay, so Wave 1 is like a different hub from Splatoon 1, and then I'm guessing Wave 2 is the actual like story. Now that I think about it, it makes sense not putting the Splatoon 2 city in because you can just play Splatoon 2 on Switch already. Yeah, I was definitely not expecting 2 waves, even if Wave 1 is mostly cosmetic it seems. This game is weird because it looks really cool, but I'm also just not really a Disney fan. Yeah, it seems neat. Like, the art style is very interesting. I'm not sure why, but the overall vibe kind of reminds me of like a Rayman game. I'm pretty sure a lot of these characters were actually data mined really early on, so like Hector I know was one. I want to say a character from Heroes was actually data mined, so this isn't overly surprising. I wonder if we'll hear about anything else Fire Emblem, or if it'll just be Engage DLC, because there is another Fire Emblem currently rumored. I haven't actually played Engage. Camello's an interesting choice from Fates. I probably would have gone with like Azura or someone else, but I guess in some ways it makes sense in terms of character popularity for one reason or another. So Chrom and Robin are together, and I think, yeah, Veronica is the last one from Heroes. Again, some very interesting choices. I agree with most of the choices. A couple of them are like, that is interesting. I've heard good things about Engage, but I just haven't gotten around to playing it yet. I think this was going to be story DLC, so it said this was Don't Nod, which I guess would be the Life is Strange developers, or the former Life is Strange developers. It's definitely a different style. Do you ever think about how we've gotten like 2 HD or 2D HD games since Dragon Quest III was even announced? Like, we got Octopath 2 announced, and we got Live Alive announced, and yeah, Dragon Quest III is nowhere to be found for some reason. I was actually kind of wondering if that could show up in a Direct at some point, considering a lot of HD 2D games do get announced at Directs. This was actually trademarked, and I'm very excited. I really like Katamari. I never got to play We Love Katamari, so I'm extremely excited. I was really hoping they'd keep going. Given that I've only been able to play like the 360 one, Beautiful Katamari, and the one that they had remastered already, I would really love to see Katamari Forever because that's like stuck on the PS3. Also the Vita game. I don't know how that would work actually, but I would love to see the Vita game. So yeah, Ghost Trick and this, wow, that frame rate. Ghost Trick and this both being, oh wow, there's a trial also. Ghost Trick and this were two of the remasters that were rumored for a long time that I was really hoping would both be here, and they were, so that's great. Sea of Stars, that also seems really interesting to me. I'm pretty sure that's Yasunori Mitsuda doing the soundtrack, or at least some of it, who did Chrono Trigger and Chrono Cross, and also Xenoblade, obviously. Definitely looks interesting. I think this was by the developers of The Messenger, of all things, so that's quite the genre shift, but it definitely looks interesting. I was not expecting Omega Strikers to be on Switch, to be honest. You know, I was just thinking, there was some, like, tagline before this of, like, find your role, and then I was like, why was Katamari here? And then it's like, oh, role, I get it now. Because all the other ones are, like, character-based games, and then you have Katamari, which is, like, a pun. So it's like, why is this here? Wait a minute. I played this a little bit on PC. I didn't play it a ton, but I might try it again on console, to be honest. It does seem fun. I do like air hockey, actually, and this is basically MOBA air hockey. Oh my god, it's finally happening. Etrian Odyssey has been MIA for so long this generation. It said Sega and that threw me off, but I forgot Sega owns Atlas now. I played like 4 and I thought it was alright. I got really frustrated with the enemies though, so I gave up, and I also, to be blunt, got really frustrated with Persona Q also, so I'm not sure if I'm the biggest fan of this type of game, but it's cool that they're all, like, there's going to be a collection, it seems. Maybe I'll actually be able to get farther in these games. I would love a Persona Q collection too, because those games are just kind of stranded on 3DS, as the shop is going to close down soon. But hey, if they got this running, maybe they'll be able to get PQ 1 and 2 on Switch also. Yeah, I was definitely not expecting Etrian Odyssey, to be honest. That's probably one of the most surprising things. That's interesting, no 4. Remember when this was supposed to come out last year? I have played a little bit of Advance Wars. I never really enjoyed it that much. I always liked Fire Emblem a little bit more. There's a temptation to pick up this collection just to be supportive after all the stuff that went on with this release and the general like obscurity of this franchise. Almost exactly a year after the original release date. This leaked. A box art leaked for Kirby that hinted an epilogue, and I'm definitely curious, because a lot of times Kirby games actually have really good epilogues. Like, the post-game stuff in Kirby tends to be really good. It's also weird seeing a Kirby game at 60 FPS after, like, Star Allies and Forgotten Land. And also, like, to be blunt, the 3DS games tried to be 60 FPS and didn't really achieve that very well. It kind of makes sense. They're probably just reusing his moveset from Star Allies, like repurposing it, so it makes sense to do a standalone DLC for this. I'm definitely intrigued. That being said, Return to Dreamland is a game that I like, but it's also like kind of my least favorite of the current trilogy that I consider to be like this game, Robobot, and Triple Deluxe. Actually, I don't know, maybe I do like it more than Triple Deluxe. Either way, I kind of hope they eventually remaster Robobot too, because that's like one of my favorite Kirby games, and I would love to be able to play it, not on a 3DS. If it ever comes out on like Switch or something, I would definitely consider doing a Let's Play of Robobot, but being a 3DS game, that's not exactly feasible at the moment. Anyway, I really wish that this was like a collection of the 3 games instead of just Return to Dreamland, but now that they're adding an epilogue, I guess it does make some sense. I mean, I've already played the Wii version multiple times, so I don't know if I need to try the demo, but then again, I do really like Kirby, so maybe I'll give it a try. We're finally getting Game Boy. Are we getting Game Boy Advance 2? I really hope we get both, but knowing Nintendo, we will probably only get Game Boy.
On Nintendo Switch, you can play these
You know what
games
would be a
anytime,
power move
anywhere,
would be to
just like you
release
could
like
back in the day.
Game Boy Advance and then like start a trailer with Mother
Let's
3.
introduce the
It will
games that
never
will be
happen,
available at
but that would be
launch.
such a power move at this point to start a trailer
Tetris.
that way.
Arrange the falling Tetraminos and
See,
aim
like,
for
I
the
have,
high
like, no
score.
nostalgia for the original Game Boy.
Super
My
Mario
nostalgia
Land
is
6
for the
golden
Game Boy
coins.
Advance. I had a
Reclaim the castle
Game Boy
that
Color,
Mario stole
but I
from
never
you.
really played these games for the longest time.
The Legend
It's kind of
Cobalt
interesting,
Island.
given that there is a remake that they're putting the DX version.
Misfire
This is an
brand
interesting
from
set
Ghost
of
and Goblin
games. To be
series.
honest, I wouldn't even know what the best
Game &
options
Watch
would
Gallery
be
3.
because
Play
I
an
don't
assortment of
really have
Game &
much
Watch
nostalgia.
titles.
I would expect like Kid Icarus, I guess.
Alone in the Dark, the new nightmare.
I
Solve
forgot
a
there was an
murder
Alone
mystery on
in
the
the Dark game for
supernatural
Game Boy
Shadow
Color.
Island. Metroid 2,
Metroid, that
Return
makes
of
sense.
Samus. Destroy the Metroids hiding on
This game is
planet
difficult. Like,
SR-388.
I always have to use like save states. Like when I played on 3DS.
Land 3.
Oh, Wario Land 3.
Traverse
I
a
can
world
finally
that changes
play it
between
not on
day and
3DS
night
because I
based
do
on your
own it there,
actions.
but I never finished it. Yeah, if we're getting Game Boy Advance, that'd be way better.
Kirby's Dream Land.
But I would also understand
Look,
why
in
they would
spit
put
out
Game Boy
enemies in
first and
Kirby's
save Game
debut
Boy Advance
title.
for some other time. I wonder if you could go with a black and white filter rather than the green.
You can
I'd
use
like
the Game
to
Boy,
see something like that.
Game
Oh,
Boy Pocket,
well, that answers my
or Game
question.
Boy Color screen
The
filters.
different color
up
palettes.
to 2.
I was really hoping for Game Boy
More games
Advance
will be
too.
added in the
Alright, the
future.
Oracle games. Tilt and Tumble is interesting. Pokemon TCG.
And
Thank goodness. I was really worried for a moment. It looked like they were winding down. Like I was saying though, it would have been a power move to kick this off with Mother 3, to be honest. I love Minish Cap though, so I can't
Here are the
complain too
games
much.
that you can play
Will
at
they
launch.
include the e-reader content for this? I really hope they do, because that's stuck on the
Super
Wii U
Mario
right now.
Advance 4, Super Mario Bros. 3. Play 38 extra levels from the Nintendo e-reader accessory.
Okay, cool.
WarioWare Inc. Mega Micro Games.
I'm really happy. I hope this
Experience
is an
the origins of
expansion
the
pass. I
Lightning
hope this
Fast
is
micro games.
standard. Partly because after I finish my current project, I probably won't renew
Guide the
for
spinning
the
stick to
higher
the goal
tier.
without
I'm
any
currently working
obstacles.
on a Nintendo 64 game. That's a hint for the March
Mario
Let's
Kart
Play.
Super Circuit. Race in the
When my
first
channel
Mario Kart
gets
game
back
created
to
for a
like
portable
regular
system.
uploading.
Mario and Luigi.
I am
Superstar
happy,
Saga.
And I hope
Venture
this
through a
isn't in the
zany
expansion
world and
pass,
fight
because,
with equally
spoilers,
zany attacks.
I am currently eyeing this game for a project.
The Legend of Zelda.
So
The
I don't
Minish
have
Cap.
to, like, hook up the
Shrunk
Wii U
teenager
if I
size
want to
and
play
dive
Superstar
into a
Saga.
big adventure.
I love Superstar Saga, it's one of my favorite RPGs.
Local and
I
online
also
play
really
support
like
for compatible
Bowser's
games.
Inside
And up to
Story.
4
I think that
players
might
can
be
play
my favorite
together.
Mario RPG. Even though, like, Thousand Year Door is, like, my favorite game of all time, I actually really
More
like
games will be added to this library as well.
Golden Sun, technically. That's cool.
Online Plus
Yeah, I
expansion
should have
pack
known.
membership.
Game Boy Advance's expansion pass. Well, at least it makes it more worthwhile. Oh my god, it's finally happening. This has been rumored, well, the trilogy was rumored in, like, 2018? This looks really pretty, I'm gonna be honest. Metroid Prime is one of the best looking GameCube games, even though it was actually at launch. This looks really pretty, though. I mean, I hope there's gyro, because I really like gyro aiming in the Wii version. Yeah, I'm excited. I love Metroid Prime. I would definitely like to play it again, and I was kind of holding out for a remaster or a trilogy or something, because it had been rumored for so long. I almost feel like it's a testament to how good the GameCube version is, that it aged really well, actually. I wonder if they're going to lead into Prime 4. It looks like it's actually a traditional third-person shooter, actually. Like, the way the camera's moving around, it looks like it's just, like, right stick, instead of, like, you know, holding the R and moving the control stick. So yeah, it's very interesting.
Depending on the situation, a certain visor may be
I wonder if they'll
required.
rebalance some of the late game areas that are really annoying, like getting to the one boss in this area, I'm pretty sure, where you have to go through like an hour-long gauntlet, and then fight a boss, and then hope you don't die and have to redo everything. Both Prime 1 and Prime 2 struggle with this.
This remaster adds new dual stick controls.
Yeah, dual
allowing
stick
you to
controls.
move
I wonder if they're
around
the
while
original too.
subtly changing your point of view.
I almost feel like this might break the game a little bit, kind of like how motion controls kind of break Prime 1 on Wii, because you weren't really intended to have abilities like that.
Explore Team will
That
be
is
available in stores
wild.
February
This is like
22nd.
2 weeks. I'm
And
guessing
Shin
this is
Megami,
that game
the
like
spirit
Rain
haunting
Code
game,
or something,
will solve the strange
by
incidents
like
within
Spike
Kanai
Chunsoft.
World, a
I
city
don't remember who was
ruthlessly
working on it.
controlled by
Like
Amaterasu
the
Corporation.
Danganronpa person does stuff, and the
You
999
investigate
person
these
does stuff, and I
incidents
don't remember
alongside
which one
masked
is doing
detectives
this
of the
game or if it was
organization.
both.
Each one has
But
a
it looks very
supernatural
Danganronpa.
that can prove
I still need to play
useful
those
during
games, to be
investigations.
honest. I need to play 999 for that matter. But yeah, if I had to guess, this definitely looks more Danganronpa. I've talked about this before, but one thing I really like about Nintendo Directs is how snappy they feel. It often feels like you end up getting announcements really quickly, so you end up packing a ton of announcements into a relatively short span of time. That being said, I feel like this Direct has been kind of light on first party. Like, other than Metroid Prime, I'm trying to think of anything else first party that was actually, like, stuff that we didn't know about. And to be fair, Prime has been rumored for so long, it's almost hard to remember that we didn't know about it until now, or we weren't supposed to know about it until now. This leaked earlier, actually 2 ways. There was actually a rumor about a remake, like a ground-up remake, and then a remaster leaked earlier today. I'm actually happier that it's a remaster, because I would like to play the original. I don't have a point of reference for like how well this game is aged, but I want to play it. It's a Monolith game. What can I say? Also, by the way, Bankaidos Origin was actually Bankaidos 2 in Japan. That's why this collection is 1 2 HD, because I've seen a lot of confusion about that online. It's like, wait, there's no Bankaidos 2. It's like, yeah, because they renamed it in the West. But yeah, I'm really intrigued because I always hear good things about these games, so I'm glad they're just getting a remaster, not a remake, personally. Oh my god, is this actually happening? It said Fantasy Life. Is this actually Fantasy Life?
In a new Fantasy Life game.
Oh my god, it's actually happening. I love Fantasy Life on 3DS. I was always upset that the second game was only on mobile. I am excited. Like, again, we got 2 level 5 games. If we could get a Professor Layton announcement here, that would be like the icing on the cake at this point. Again, it's good to see them actually like working on things again, because like for a while, like the latest Inazuma 11, I think that's the series I'm thinking of, has been in like development for so long, and I'm pretty sure it's restarted like 3 times by now. So actually seeing level 5 working on stuff again is a really good feeling. This is one of those directs where I think people are going to be very upset about it, but this is like had a ton of stuff that I personally am very excited about. So yeah, this to me has been a good direct, but I definitely think it will be a your mileage may vary situation. Oh my god, what was I just saying? Wow, we're actually getting a new game. Oh wow, Yoshi's Island track. Not to sound hyperbolic, but this is like the direct for me, kind of like last February. So a lot of people hated the last February direct, where we got like Xenoblade 3 and stuff like that. So it's like, this is a great, wow, we're actually getting a character? This is the first time we're getting a character in this DLC. Which also raises the question, why wasn't Birdo in the game to begin with? I'm guessing April.
Nintendo Switch Online Plus
Since they only showed 1 track, it's gonna be a bit. I didn't actually say anything during the Tears of the Kingdom trailer because I was trying to focus on it. I feel like we're still getting a surprisingly small amount about this game, to be honest, and it comes out in 3 months. But again, I wouldn't be shocked if we get like a dedicated direct at some point. Overall, I like the direct. I definitely do feel like it was really light on first-party games, which is not the best feeling. But yeah, we got Pikmin 4, and we got a release date, we got Tears of the Kingdom, we got Metroid Prime today, digitally, but physically in 2 weeks. Beyond that, yeah, there wasn't a ton of first party. Oh yeah, Mario Kart, but like, we got a new Fantasy Life, we got Professor Layton. Those are the 2 big things that were like, I mean, it's not much, but that alone is enough for me to be like, yeah, this was a good direct, but like, not everyone's going to care about these franchises, so I definitely will understand if the reactions are a little bit lukewarm online, because yeah, it was definitely pretty light on first party. I was actually surprised there's no Mario movie trailer in this. Yeah, a very interesting direct. I definitely think this will be a polarizing one. Oh yeah, and Bankaidos, that was technically first party, and Xenoblade DLC, and Fire Emblem DLC. But yeah, a lot of DLC, but not a lot of like new games that are first party. But yeah, overall, I like the direct. Again, I definitely think it will be a hit or miss one for a lot of people, kind of like the last February one. But I think it will be a little bit better if there's a little bit more variety than like the September one, which everyone made fun of for having mostly farming games. Yeah, overall, not bad. So with that being said, I will probably try to do another discussion video like this if there's like a state of play. I keep trying to do videos on like state of plays or directs, and like technical things keep going wrong, or like I'm not feeling well, or they're too early and I can't wake up in time for them. So yeah, we'll see. I would like to do more reaction videos to stuff like this or a state of play. But yeah, in any case, thank you for watching.